Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this reaches you. It's me, and it's whenever I decide to do it, I guess. But I'll call it this week, but it'll cover a couple of weeks because just got some things. We did crown 8 state champions in the sport of football in the state of Louisiana high school. We'll talk a little bit about that. Had some good games. I've actually broadcasted one. So Tulane wins last Saturday and wins the AAC championship. They're on their way to the Cotton Bowl to play USC. And I'll talk a little bit about that. I was actually at Yeoman Stadium to see all that happening, including the people rushing onto the field. So talk about that. LSU's going to be going to the Citrus Bowl playing Purdue. Never played Purdue before. And we'll talk about that. And we'll just throw in a couple other things. Who knows? Koike, love you. As always, I'll tell you that. And let's move on. Well, I'm actually going to talk about the Tulane Green Wave first. Only because it was last Saturday. Like I said, they're playing USC. They actually have played USC 3 times in the history. Tulane's actually 2 of 3 in fact, but those games were played in the late 30s, early 40s. So yeah, Tulane was really, really, really good back then. So well, they're really, really good again. Because I'll tell you what, they played, 4 weeks earlier. They had played Central Florida. And Central Florida beat them. Central Florida jumped out early on them, 21-0. Basically held on, and Tulane chased them at the end, but it wasn't enough. They actually ran out of time. So the rematch, they got hosted again, but this time around, Tulane obviously knew it with what Central Florida wanted to do. So guess what? They were ready for them, and that's the whole thing. This time around, Tulane strikes first, jumps out ahead. Central Florida did get it, close it within 3. Then Tulane was able to finish the job and wound up still winning by 17 points. So it was a real good, Michael Pratt was outstanding there. What are you going to say about that running back, Tyjae Spears? He's really, really good. He was also named the American Athletic Conference Player of the Year. So they win the American Athletic Conference championship, since they were the highest seed, the highest ranked team of all the group of 5 schools. At 16, they going to the Cotton Bowl, and they'll be playing a USC. And like I said, they played 3 times before, but like I said, way a long time ago. Like I said, late 30s and into early 40s. Tulane actually have won 2 of those games. 2 of those games were played in the Rose Bowl. 1 was played in the Sugar Bowl. And, wow, that finger's big. So yeah, well, then they have a little bit of history. Now, there's Caleb Williams. Oh, yeah, he won the Heisman Trophy, too. He probably deserved it. But will he play against Tulane? That's going to be the key. Of course, that's on January 2nd. Playing at 12 noon. Or was it 11 o'clock our time? I don't remember. But what I do remember is Tulane's playing at the same time as LSU is playing in the Citrus Bowl. So, got that going on. LSU never played Purdue. Never, ever played Purdue. Problem is, what LSU team's going to show up? Who knows? Who's going to be the quarterback? Who knows? What Brian Kelly's going to do with that? Who knows? But everybody's like, LSU hadn't played Purdue before. But Brian Kelly has. Remember, they played him every year when he was at Notre Dame. So he knows Purdue pretty well. So they do have that quarterback, Hartman. He's really good. Really good. Let's just put it this way. You can break if you can break Drew Brees' records, you're good. So, yeah. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. We'll see what happens. Obviously, Purdue's not Georgia. Yeah, that was oh boy, 50-30. Yeah, but I mean, Georgia's that good. Georgia is that good. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So they'll be playing at the exact same time. And I do believe that both games are at, I think they're 11 a.m. Wouldn't they be? I think they're both noon Eastern time. So I think they're both 11 a.m. Yeah. If I'm pretty sure, I think they are. So, but they'll be playing at the same time. But do I channel surf or do I just decide to watch one of them? If I'm going to decide to watch one, it'll probably be Tulane. I'll be honest. I will be honest about that. But anyway, getting back to that. So they'll play, and both of them will play, and that'll be that. And as far as what I'm going to say about the New Orleans Saints is I did a little podcast. So if you're subscribed to me on Mixler, you can go to bss1234.mixler.com. Check out my podcast. Listen to what I said. I said it's over. It's done. Do the Saints need a win again? No. In fact, who cares at this point? Who cares at this point? You blow a 13-point lead, and then what happens today? Tampa gets blown completely off out of the stadium by the San Francisco 49ers. So there you go. All right. LHSAA. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think they finally got it right. May not be the perfect solution, but I think for this year, I think it worked out pretty well. What I'm talking about is they condensed down to 8 championships. 4 divisions in the non-select, 4 divisions in the select. And they moved a bunch of schools around, said certain schools were select, some schools were not. So it's kind of even now. So it's pretty much what it is. It's where it's going to probably be for the next 2 years. But the games wound up being really good. I'll tell you that right now. I really enjoyed each and every one of those games. And, the way it went down. And, John Curtis. And, that might have been a mismatch. But it really wasn't. In the regular season, it wasn't. So everybody thought it was going to be a good game. But hats off to John Curtis, Patriots, and J.T. Curtis with his 27th state title. Yeah. So congratulations to them. Go to the select side, non-select side, I mean. On Friday night, Destrehan played Ruston. And Destrehan won that game 17-10. Ruston had 3 opportunities to score points. They got a field goal on one of them when they tied the game at 10. And then Destrehan was able to score again. They win. Lutcher, let me go through it. Hold on, I'm going to go up the list. So let's go to the Division II. Select side, that was Friday first game. Yeah, Friday first game. As St. Thomas More and Lafayette Christian went at it. Lafayette Christian had a 10-point lead. And St. Thomas More scores. I think it was around 3 minutes to go. Then they kick an onside kick. It bounced off a Lafayette Christian player right in the hands of St. Thomas More player. One play later, St. Thomas More was in the end zone again. Long pass. Touchdown. They hold on and win. And that was a really good game. 52-48. 100 points scored in the game. And the winner only had won by 4. So there you go. So that was a good game. The next game after that, St. Charles Catholic comes up and is playing Who did they play? Who did they play now? Oh, man. I'm drawing a blank. I'm literally drawing a blank. Wow. But same thing there. The team was ahead. Poised to win. Up by 11 points. And then, same thing. Same thing happened in the first game. St. Charles gets a touchdown, gets the onside kick, gets another touchdown, holds on and wins the game. So, so that's another one. Same thing happening. The same thing. Same. Then you went to Division III. And the select side there, that was St. Charles Catholic. Yeah, they won that one. Then the non-select side, Lutcher wins that one. They were basically running away with the game. But then the other team was able to score, time left, but Lutcher gets another win. That's 28. 28-25, they won that game. Then you go to Division IV. You had Homer. That was the very first game. Homer took on Thursday. Homer took on Oak Grove. Homer was the 2 seed. Homer was the defending champs. Oak Grove came out and it was a close game for a while there, but Oak Grove wound up winning that game 17-0. So, hats off to Oak Grove. Now, how many times they've won games like that. The nightcap was Vermilion Catholic taking on the 1 seed, Vermilion Catholic taking on what was the seeding? But it was Vermilion Catholic, the 3 seed. Yeah, it was a 3 seed, Ouachita Christian. And Ouachita Christian won that game. That was it. They gave 28-14, but I actually called that game. That was the game, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. It was 7-7. Yeah, I'll explain this to you real quick. It was 7-7. It was getting late in the first half. Then Ouachita Christian gets the ball at their own 15-yard line with 38 seconds to go. Well, they scored in 4 plays, 28 seconds. 4 plays, 85 yards, 28 seconds. They score, go up 14-7, and then we knew the rest. They win 28-14. But there was a play where they had a backup running back for Ouachita Christian, and that game was also Eagles versus Eagles. If you didn't know that too, but Ouachita Christians moving the ball. They just got a turnover. 4 turnovers that Vermilion Catholic gave. But this was the last one of the 4. And it looked like they were just trying to run the clock out. Well, everybody thought the guy's knee was down. Well, somehow the ball came out. Vermilion Catholic defensive back picks it up. Sophomore, too. Runs it back and gets an 82-yard touchdown. So they review, and they gave it to him. They just basically said, whatever. Looked like the guy was down. But, of course, leave it to me to figure out the classic line from a classic commercial from the furniture store Frankie and Johnny's. Obviously, my first words out of my mouth was, I did say it. Well, I said it before when they were doing the replay. When they said they're going to replay it, I said, I got this feeling they're going to give it to him anyway. And sure enough, so it's like, right after they said it, I said, I guess they went and saw the special man. Let him have it. So that's what I think happened. But no, hats off to LHSAA getting it right, Eddie Bonine. It was good. It was good. There was a couple games that got out of hand, but like I said, all in all, it was a really good 8 games. It was a good setup. It was good how everything went down, and there you go. Obviously, one other thing I'm going to say, whatever's going on at West Jefferson High School, you're going to run people off. You're not going to just run off the coach that you just ran off. Yeah. Yeah, but 7 coaches in 15 years, that's excessive. And whatever happened between you and Willie Brooks, that's between you guys. But things I've heard, not good. So, I don't know. I haven't made my decision what I'm going to do for next season, who I'm going to broadcast. But I'll tell you this much. It could very well hinge on where Willie Brooks winds up. It could be where I'm going next. So, I don't know if I'm going to. I may stick with West Jeff. It just depends on who they hire, what it looks like. Well, I'll go talk to the coach and find out what's going on, what's going to happen. But as of right now, I would say next year I'll be broadcasting wherever Willie Brooks coaches. So keep an eye out to that. So I got to go. So I'll say what I always do. God willing, I'll talk to you again in a little while. Bye now.